Biometrics. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. I'm going to put this up raw. And what I'll do is I'll leave the links in the description box. This is a YouTube video, or this is from a YouTube video entitled World's Richest Have a Sick Plan for You. And this was put up not even a month ago. And you know what I'll do? Let me do this, and I subscribe to this individual. This is John Williams, which he has some very interesting videos. You know, he's not a religious, so-called religious person, Christian, born-againer. He deals with business, technology. And what I just did was I subscribed to him, but I've seen him before. Anyway, this is 9 minutes and 32 seconds in of a 15-minute video. The title, as I said, is World's Richest Have a Sick Plan for You. And you can watch the whole video. Anyway, this part of the video caught my eye, so I'm going to read it. This is a KFC in Russia. Anyway, it says the company plans to open a restaurant already 23 June after the complete removal of all restrictions on the work of public catering enterprises. The restaurant is located in the north of the capital near the Butyi-Skara, which is in Russia. I can't even read that. Metro station, train station. Visitors will be able to place an order on the touch panel of a digital kiosk, which that's already happening. Like if you go to McDonald's, you can make an order by an app, and they'll bring the food out to you, and the payment is through your app, through your smartphone. And also, when you go into McDonald's, they have a kiosk where you see if you want a cheeseburger, you press cheeseburger. You want a fries, you press fries. And then you press Coke or whatever, or dessert. And they're all in the form of pictures, so you don't even have to read anymore. And then you go up, they call your number, you pick up the order. And it's already paid for, you know, electronically. So let me read on. It says, visitors will be able to place an order on the touch panel of a digital kiosk, where payment is available in 3 ways. And eventually it'll be available only in one way, which is the mark of the beast, the microchip, which is biometrics. If you look up the word biometrics or biometric, the word means bio meaning the body, and metric meaning measure, body measure. So ultimately, you will receive the mark, which is the microchip, and everything will be in your chip. If you go to the store, a restaurant or whatever, as in the case of this KFC in Russia, ultimately you would scan your hand or your forehead to place your order and pay for it. When you work at a particular job, and I'm gonna go into another article where this individual sued his company for slowly transforming, you know, the ID to get into the job to a biometric ID. So it says here, it says available in 3 ways: a bank card, a smartphone with NFC. NFC means Near field communication, that's in Europe, that's a European term. The equivalent of that is over here in the States, RFID, radio frequency identification. In Europe is NFC, near field communication. Anyway, it's based upon the same technology, whether it's RFID or NFC. It says bank card, smartphone with NFC support, and I have a card with the RFID technology in it, but ultimately they're going to put it in your body. It says, or using biometric or biometric identification. Then it says face scan. Ultimately, it will be forehead scan or hand scan. So here's the other article. I don't even have to go to scripture. We already know scriptures. If you're new to this, you know, ask on the comment board, and I will give you the scriptures. You know, main scriptures: Revelation 13, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Because the 18th verse, it gives you the actual number. Because everything based upon this technology is based upon 666. Okay, let me give you. If I can find it. Okay, I do got it, but I gotta find it now. Bear me for a minute. What the hell happened? Now, for some reason, I can't find it. Okay. I thought I found it. I didn't.
Black homeowners and communities to get affordable.
I'm trying to find it. Okay, I've just found it. This is an article, and I'll leave the link in the description box. It says on the top, thehumanist.com, commentary, evil tech, how the mark of, we know the rest of the story, but I'll read some of the article. And I did a video on this some years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. This individual sues his employer because he's a Christian, and he well, let me just read the article, and I hope you can see this. If you can't, anyway, it says in 2012, coal miner, and this article was put up in 2018. Beverly Butcher was shocked to realize that his employer was playing a direct role in fulfilling biblical prophecy. So this individual, it doesn't tell you whether he's an Edomite or not. And I believe he's an Edomite, or appears to be an Edomite, because when I did the article a couple of years ago, there was a picture of him. So he realizes as a Christian, okay, it says that his employer was playing a direct role in fulfilling biblical prophecy. And that biblical prophecy is the mark of the beast. So you have a lot of people in the Bible Belt, you know, down south, in the Midwest, out in the West, that get into the prophecies. Not the black, the black church is not saying anything about the mark of the beast. They don't know what's going on. All they do is sing and dance and act a fool. That's what goes on in the black churches. And I'm not saying all of them, because you have some that they're more into studying the scriptures and trying to understand prophecies, the term known as hermeneutics, and eschatology, the end of all things, loosely translated. It says to the untrained eye, the company's new hand scanning system must have seemed completely innocuous. But Butcher knew better. As a devout Christian, meaning someone that studies the scriptures, because you do have Christians out there that study the scriptures. And when they roll up on an Israelite camp, Israelite camp, one former One Wester, or someone that followed someone from One West. See, all these camps that you see on the highways and the byways, they're all directly connected to a One West camp. And that proves that the truth came out of One West. Even Vocab Malone calls us One Westers, and he only goes after the One Westers. That's who he goes after, because we deal with prophecy. It says, oh, by the way, I gotta check this out. The Southern Poverty Law Center, they're only focusing on so-called white supremacist group, and I believe they took down all the black identity groups, but I got to go check it out. Their focus is on these Edomites. They want to demonize their own people. Scriptures say, if Satan is divided against Satan, I'm loosely paraphrasing, his kingdom will come to an end. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom will come to an end. So you have certain Edomites coming against other Edomites. So that's another prophecy right there. It says he knew that the hand scanning system was in fact a terrifying sign of the end times, in particular Revelation 13. And we may sound like a broken record, but that's all right. If you don't want to hear it, you don't have to. And it's high time for you other camps out there to get with the program that the mark of the beast is just about here. Well, it is here because people are receiving chips already. It's all in the spirit, because Jake doesn't want to accept that jab. So Jake, when they actually begin to institute or introduce the actual chip, which people are saying that the chip is in the jab, I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see if the stuff in the jab can make you buy and sell, then that's it. So we got to wait and see, but I don't believe that. See, what you do is you watch, for prophecies. Even John the Baptist, which was the cousin of our Lord, he questioned that was a Messiah. So did that make him a false prophet? No. He questioned whether that was the Messiah, because the Messiah, his cousin, didn't come to deliver him. He knew that his cousin had that power. His exact words were, "Is this the man, or should we look for another?" And when he said by that, "Is this the Messiah? Or is this some other guy that's acting like the Messiah?" So he questioned whether his cousin was a Messiah, which his cousin was a Messiah, but he had to go that way. That was a hell of a way to go, but that was the Most High's plan. And by the way, John the Baptist never fell out the truth. John the Baptist was a man of the Lord to the very end. You got the ISUPK teaching that John the Baptist fell out the truth. John the Baptist did not fall out the truth. he was a part of the truth. That's why the Lord praised him in Matthew's 11th chapter. And then he told him that was Elijah. How can he be Elijah, come back, but fall off? He's not doing. The scriptures say man's goings are of the Lord. So how can a man then understand his own way? And you're finding out, man. Great Millstone has 100% truth. That's why we say. That's why we say what we say. It says in. Let me read on. It says scanning system was in fact a terrifying sign of the end times, and to participate in the hand scanning would be to accept the mark of the beast. Well, if you did it, if they took your fingerprint and they used a device to scan whether you're that person or not in the system, it's not the mark of the beast, but it's a step closer to the mark. The mark is when you actually get a chip. So anybody that's working in a job and they give you a fingerprint and they scan it on a machine, that's not the mark of the beast. But I'm going to say it again, it's one step closer to the mark of the beast. It says Butcher didn't exactly get fired for refusing to use the hand scanner, but he did feel compelled to retire early. He said another thing about the jab, ultimately what they want to do is if you don't get the jab, you can't no longer work. You know, there's certain, you can't go on a train, you can't go on a bus, you can't get on a plane. So the question would be, well, what do we do? Well, you got to deal with it. You know, you got to deal with it. This is Esau. You know, Esau's in the power seat. So this is when your faith has a kick in. It says this led to, so the ones of you that are weak of faith, you're gonna go ahead and take it. This led to a rather entertaining lawsuit brought on Butcher's behalf by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And that's why ultimately it's going to go up to the Supreme Court. And even Biden said that to Chief Justice Roberts. You see how everything is coming together? Everything's coming together. Everything that we said here at Great Millstone is coming to pass, including the time of Jacob's trouble, which Nate, the famous Bishop Nate, or Nathaniel, well, we used to know him as Nathaniel Aga. Okay, that's how we knew him, Nathaniel Aga. Because his given name, I believe his mother gave him that name, was Nathaniel, so he went back to Nathaniel, but his name was Nathaniel Aga at One West. So he sees that Jacob's trouble, so he did some damage control recently. Oh, I never said that. You're a moron if you think I said however he said it. But then we got the video of him having a speech with the individual from the islands. He died recently. He was cursing Nate out, and Nate started smiling because he didn't caught Nate. So Nate said, I said at that time, no. When you watch the video, you said there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. And Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, which I did a complete breakdown on Jeremiah 30th chapter, that whole chapter is dedicated to the destruction and deliverance of the Israelites and the time, which is the time of Jacob's trouble. We're not in the time of Jacob's trouble. Have we gone through troubles? Yes. But the time of Jacob's trouble is talking about what's getting ready to happen. All hell breaks loose. Anyway, it says in 2017, a federal appeals court affirmed a jury award of $586,000. That's a not good amount of money for lost wages. According to the court, for Butcher, participating in the hand scanning system would have presented a threat to core religious excuse me, when you deal with getting that mark, you can bring this lawsuit up. You can bring this case up. So ultimately, I ultimately see that now I understand what I've been understood. Why this guy Biden, and there's a reason why he's the current president, because of this. Part of the reason is because of the statement that he made, because he was an insider back then. Back in 2005, when he made this statement, you will rule whether a person can receive a digital tag in their bodies. Mark my word, this will happen before your tenure is over. He was talking to this guy Roberts. That was in 2005. And here, years later, he's the president. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. It's on to the next one. Shalom.